Vontaze played with Paul Gunther. The fact that he played with Paul Gunther, you talk and you read all these reports coming out of camp right now, minicamp, and all during the offseason, are young players like Mo Hurst. Young players are saying, like, man, this Vontaze guy, he knows the defense inside and out. This is going to help the Raiders really be able to build up that defense, and so everybody, all these new faces, are going to be able to understand what they're trying to do on defense, because a player like Vontaze, he's going to be a captain on the field, and he's going to be one in the locker room. Nobody's ever claimed that Vontaze has been a bad teammate. They've claimed he's been a little bit dirty. So as far as I'm concerned, Vontaze, as long as you strap it on and come to work every day, my man, let's get it going. John does it all. Interesting. What does that entail? Why can't we get better running backs? The only one I like is Jalen Richard. So you're telling me you don't like Josh Jacobs? I'm a little bit concerned in that regard. Like, I'm not the biggest Chris Warren fan. I mean, Chris Warren, if he's at a certain weight, he's pretty good. And he also looked pretty good in preseason last year, 292 rushing yards. He led all running backs in the preseason. But Jalen Richard's a talented running back, there's no doubt. I mean, 68 receptions last year. He does a lot he adds a lot for the Raiders out of the backfield, being able to catch the ball, and when he needs to run between the tackles, it's okay. Doug Martin's really only on the team to really help build up Josh Jacobs, who I'm really hoping is a solid running back. I'm a little bit concerned the fact that you don't think that Josh Jacobs is a very good running back, though. All right, let's go to Ronnie with a very interesting picture. Okay, I know what that means. Draw versus Burfict and Incognito double KO. So you're basically saying they're going to square up, and they're just going to hit each other at the exact same moment and fall over. If I'm actually going to take somebody in a fight, I'm going to take Richie Incognito. Richie Incognito is an absolute monster of a man. Plus, he is psychotic. Like, I don't think he feels pain. Like, I think if you punched him in the face, he would giggle. I am very concerned about Richie Incognito's well-being. But if the dude can block, though, I mean, as long as he can block and he can clear the way for Josh Jacobs, I'm all about it. All right, John Williams, what's going on, brother? Natick should fire Cable on the first episode. Yeah. And we should also just fire Cable in general and subscribe to youtube.com/RaidersReport. Jeremy, what's going on, brother? Wasn't the Browns on Hard Knocks last year? Look what they done for a turn around. Gotcha. 7-8-1 is what they did last year. And yes, the Browns were on there. Sure. They improved by 7 wins. If the Raiders improved by 7 wins, I think we'd all be pretty happy in that regard. But the biggest issue with me with the Raiders is their schedule. It is super tough. Like, they need to get off to a hot start because that long stretch, weeks 3 through 8, it's really tough. Now, I want the Raiders to be on Hard Knocks this year, and I want them on next year because that means they're going to miss the playoffs. In terms of just pure entertainment, Antonio Brown, Vontaze Burfict, Richie Incognito, John Gruden, Mike Mayock, Tyrell Williams, LaMarcus Joyner, Josh Jacobs, I can go on and on. Also, Derek Carr. It was an easy slam dunk. I hope that you guys watch Hard Knocks. I don't know about with me, but I'll definitely do a live reaction every single show I do. Raider Boy 92. What's going on, my man? Are you going to be in Dallas? You want to grab a beer sometime? Let me know. Hey, Mitch, what game are you looking forward to watching the most, and having you figured out what game you're going to attend? Much love. The game that I want to attend the most, I want to go to the very last Raiders game, Week 15. That's the game that I would really like to go to. That would be on my list of things to do. So if anybody here at Chat Sports is watching, can make that happen, let me know. But which game am I looking forward to the most of watching? Week 1. I'm going to take it 1 week at a time, and that's the way that I think the Raiders should do it against the Broncos Week 1. Because here's the other thing. The last 5 times the Raiders have made the playoffs, we won Week 1. So let's take care of Week 1. Better with Jeter or Jeter? Jeter? What is Jeter? Somebody Google Jeter and let me know. What happens if the NFL has a lockout? I don't think any games will happen then. Not the answer you're looking for? That's what you're going to get sometimes. Sheets, James, what's going on, dude? Can't wait to see Abram light folks up. You and me both. I mean, he is a hard-hitting safety, and I kind of want to bite my tongue a little bit because when they first took Abram, I wasn't really happy about it. But then I went back and I watched a lot of tape on him. And you want to talk about a player who gets high praise from coaches and a player who's just going to lay the wood? You guys know that I like to lay the wood. Noel, what's up, my man? Is our offensive line the best in the AFC West? I would probably say it has the highest upside. I mean, if Colt Miller can live up to the first round potential, if Richie Incognito can not kill anyone, and if Rodney Hudson is the best pass blocking center in the league, then you're looking at Gabe Jackson, and you're looking at Trent Brown. The upside is definitely there. But one thing that is not nearly talked about enough in terms of NFL circles or just in general is how the offensive line works together as a cohesive unit. And when the offensive line has a broken chain here and there, we saw it last year, things can get ugly quick. If all 5 of these guys can stay healthy and they learn to work together, yes, I will say the Raiders will have the best offensive line in the AFC West. Anthony, hey brother, I have no idea what this picture is, by the way. I was trying to figure it out before it came on screen. I have no idea. Defense top 15 this year. Are you telling me or are you asking me? Because I think that there's at least, what'd you say? Sorry, it's blocked. I think that there's at least a chance. My producer said that there's a question mark. Yeah, I respond to him. Get over it. Defense top 15 this year. It's stretch, okay? So we were probably the worst defense in the league last year. Sure, we added a lot of parts. I'll say we're probably right around 15 to 20. If we can get this Paul Gunther system working, if players like Vontaze can really step up, if Brandon Marshall can give us the year that he had in 2017, 2015, that helps a lot. If Arden Key can get his you-know-what together and put on some weight, really get after the quarterback, because all reports are that Matt Crosby looks great. All reports that Cleveland Ferrell looks really solid. Plus, then you have that LaMarcus Joyner, Abram, and Carl Joseph, also Garyon Conley. If all these players can live up to the expectations, yes. But am I going to put that on them right away? Not yet. JJ Sporty. I love J's. Who will step up more, Richie or Vontaze? I'll say Vontaze because he's already stepped up more. Vontaze has already taken on this leadership role in the entire Raiders organization. He's helping out the younger players. And from what it sounds like right now, he's going to be a captain on defense. So I'm going to say Vontaze. The other thing is I don't really want my team leading behind Richie Incognito. Maybe in the run game, but that's it. Terrence Healy with a fresh picture from 1942. Raiders have disappointed me as a fan for 12 years. This lineup is the best ever. They better win. Hey, man, I totally hear you. I want them to impress too, and disappointed me for the last, 12 years. Man, that's some serious disappointment. Sounds like what Mary Kay's getting herself into. All right, Vertigo, get a picture. Will Waller as Tom flips me off. Much love, Tom. Will Waller benefit from AB and Williams? I think every single player not named AB and Tyrell Williams will benefit from AB and Tyrell Williams. Like, Antonio Brown is a clear-cut top 5 wide receiver in the league. Heck, you could argue he's the best wide receiver in the league. And then you're going to add Tyrell Williams, who's going to be able to stretch the field as well. Yes, I 100% think a guy like Waller will benefit from those two players. Cedric Jones. Why didn't you and Cowgirl talk about that damn index card? So Tom says it's because he was short. So we're talking about debates. I'm not here to talk about index cards, but Cowgirl, you can follow him at WhatGoingDowney, Cedric. So 2 things. I'm going to give you some homework. You got a pen? You got a paper? Cool. Write this down on your index card. I want you to tweet at WhatGoingDowney, Cowgirl, and then I want you to get a picture. Cool? Let's do it. Sheets James coming back at me. What's up, brother? Can we get some love from Abram, a.k.a. Ronnie Lott Jr.? Well, first it's Abram. Like, I put S's on a bunch of things too. I'm all about it, but it's Abram. Ronnie Lott Jr. So you're not the first person that's hit me with that comparison. Let's see if we can live up to the hype, though. Robert Perry. All right, guys. Can we get some pictures? Oh, my Lord. How long have you guys been a subscriber? YouTube.com/RaidersReport. You know what? Let's do this. To the 222 people watching right now, if you're not already a subscriber, click the subscribe button. Cool. Can we do that? Also turn on your notifications so you know when I go live. Because, Robert, if you were a subscriber, a loyal subscriber, you would know that we got to get a picture. Yeah, I know. Get a pic. Dude, I do it every time. I don't read first. I know. Oh, this is so embarrassing now. You know what, Robert? How about this? Everyone besides Robert can get a picture because that was embarrassing. Let's go to the next one. I need to get away from this guy. JoJo. We'll have the best linebacking core in our division this year, led by Whitehead. Watch. again, we're taking a lot of pieces. Football is a team sport. And if we can make all these players work together as one unit, then yes, I think the Raiders have a chance to be the best linebacking core. The only issue with that is the Chargers have a very solid linebacking core, and the Broncos have an outstanding linebacker core. Like, as great as what these other players are, like Marshall, as great as what Burfict can be, Whitehead, we don't have a Von Miller, and we don't have a Melvin Ingram. That really hurts our chances to be the best linebacking core in our division. Jeremy, I've always wondered, are these sunglasses? Because the first time I saw this, I actually thought it was duct tape. I'm not even kidding. So, Jeremy, it depends what you're into. But who is our most improved vet right now? I mean, I almost want to say Vontaze. I've said his name so many freaking times on the show. I think improved in terms of, like, being a leader. I think that's a big point in what Vontaze is trying to do this offseason. So, I'll say Vontaze Burfict. Cut it. Price is way too high. Do you think we're going to have any good training camp battles for O-line positions? Yeah, I mean, I think Denzel Good, Richie Incognito is 100% a battle to watch. Like, Mike Mayock said, we don't know what we're getting out of Richie Incognito until minicamp, training camp starts. Which is 100% a fact. Like, Richie Incognito, I get it, was a Pro Bowl, 2015, 2017. When he's at his best, he's much better than Denzel Good. But Denzel Good, I think, is at least mentally sane. Richie Incognito is not mentally sane. Sorry, Richie. If you really want to find me, actually don't come find me. All right, Matthew Littlejohn. Barrett Robbins was way crazier than Incognito, and he did a hell of a job for Gruden in Oakland the last time around. Well, here's the thing with that. Was he 36 years old? Did he try to cut his dad's head off? I'm not quite sure. But Richie Incognito, all I need from you, dude, all I need from you, my man, is to be able to block, pave the way for Josh Jacobs. If you can do that, you can be crazy to a certain degree. But just, you know, help us win. The Mystic Parrots. Very interesting name. Can Josh Jacobs be a franchise running back? You better hope so, because you don't draft a running back in round one for him to not be a franchise running back. Now, what is a franchise running back? Because there's some organizations who've had a running back that's led the league the last, 3 years essentially in rushing yards, and you don't even know if you're going to pay him. Running backs is such a short-lived life in the NFL. Josh Jacobs is very talented, and you don't take a running back in the first round to not be the guy. So, but when it comes to running backs, look at it as a 2 to 3 year window, because when you go beyond that, injuries happen, and a lot of other shit can hit the fan. So in terms of, is Josh Jacobs the running back for the Raiders the next 2 to 3 years? Yes, I think so. Gerard Tech, I'm guessing you're a Rockets fan. Why they get rid of Jared Cook? I don't think they got rid of Jared Cook. They didn't want to sign him to $7 million. Jared Cook, I think at the time he wanted to be a Raider, he was looking for a little bit extra money. And then he was like, you know what? I'm going to go play for the Saints. The Saints are my Super Bowl prediction team. I like what they're doing a lot there, and I think Jared did as well. Nicholas Garcia, thank you for using #Raiders. Have a better chance at having the best secondary than linebacking group. Nicholas, I totally agree with you, my man. Could not agree with you anymore. When I look at Abrams, when I look at Joyner, when I look at all these other pieces, dude, totally agree with you. Make sure you guys subscribe, youtube.com/RaidersReport. Click that subscribe button below, and make sure you guys turn on your notifications. And also, one more thing, Raiders, 100% better than the Cowboys. Believe it, baby. Raider Nation, what's going on? Is this the #1 Raiders channel on YouTube? For Chucky Heads, believe it, baby. And if you haven't already, subscribe right here. I'm giving you Chucky Heads, news, rumors, Raider Nation rumors. And look at this, I'm making your life easier. Check out my next video. Thanks for watching, and go Raiders.